now with events throughout the year.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defoe, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the creme clam sauce with the awesome bay, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good evening, and welcome again to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. It seems we're doing these multiple times a day, but you can't stop me from eating, especially when it's the kickoff to 954 Burger Month. And look who we've got next to me. It's the one, the only, Burger Beast, Seth Gonzalez. He is just reveling in his element being burgers and beers and all kinds of things. And I'm going to shut up now because my mouth is sore. And apparently I heard there was a little bit of I don't know if it's a misunderstanding or it was a feud that was bubbling beneath the surface. Something about the last time we were together at our friend Arbetter's Hot Dogs. What happened? Are we good? Are we cool? Are we cool?
David Arbetter's my friend?
You ruined his joke. You know, Burger Beast is the king prankster. He was like, look, so here's the deal. And I'm like, look, before you even say anything, I am not a prankster. Look, we know I like Mayo. It's fine. But they don't know that. So I'm not going to speak to him. I'm only going to speak to you. I'm like, that's about right.
I'm just going to be very silent tonight. My jaw is getting more sore by the minute. Not again. I had some dental work today, a root canal. I'm going to have to eat all the burgers on this side, but that's okay. I'm a gamer.
Exactly.
I could definitely play hurt. And Burger Beast, how are you? How are you feeling? How does it feel to be in the 954? And you're like the brand ambassador for this whole event, right?
That is correct. I'm very happy to be here. I'm happy to be back on the show, even though you mistreated me severely last time I was here.
But think of how good it was when we were at Gilbert's and Lenore and Beth, and they just love you. And they, I think they love you more than me. I get a little bit wounded sometimes.
I can tell you that.
How hard could that be?
This is true.
I mean, it took me almost, 6 months to get back on here. I was dodging you for 6 months.
Well, I keep inviting you, and then you have like more burner phones and different numbers. You change every 2 months. I guess I don't know what that's about, but I never know if the messages are getting through, and I guess that's the part of the charm with the Burger Beast, the man of mystery.
I feel that the guy who has my last number hates his life right now.
Oh, we got, yes, this is the podcast. How'd you guess? Hey, thank you so much. So okay. I'm listening. That's the special Frita burger for the day. The patty melt, these are all, I'm going to have Burger Beast describe these in details because you know these guys. First of all, let's set the stage. We're at LauderAle Brewery in Fort Lauderdale. They have been here almost 10 years. They're celebrating the 10th anniversary this summer.
I'll get a knife.
Have you been here before, Burger Beast?
I have never been here, but I love where it's located, in the middle of nowhere.
So, and when I told people that this is in a kind of a hidden location, a little bit hard to find, plug it into your GPS. It's kind of just off to the side of the port and the airport. It's in between the Fort Lauderdale Airport and Port Everglades, and it's nestled in this little warehouse district. Beautiful, facility with indoor, outdoor. They got lots of dogs here, family-friendly, dog-friendly, and they got some great craft beers, and they usually have a food truck parked outside. And today, the name of that food truck is
Eat BMC.
Or BMC Smash Burger, right? And do we know what BMC stands for?
I have no idea.
We can only imagine. Now, Lubie is running around. He's cutting. He's taking pictures. He's doing all the Lubie things. And I'm going to just say that conjecture-wise, big meat cheese.
Cebolla?
Cebolla? I don't know. I don't know what BMC could stand for. It could stand for... I don't even want to.
We'll ask. Hopefully, one of them will join us, and we can ask them. But.
Yes. Well, they are a little tied up because this is the big kickoff event for 954 Burger Month, and that's held in conjunction with our friends at the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival.
I love that the great Phil and Cater here.
But
so cool.
They have gotten very camera shy. They did a great job whenever they come on the air, but
it's an ego thing.
But
I'm gonna get killed for that one.
no, that's okay. And
Not
it's
by you, by them.
no, but they're doing a great job putting together now more events throughout the year because it is not just a 1 week festival.
Yep.
It is a year-round celebration of all the good eats up here in the 954. And Beast, you are a 305 guy by birth, but I think you enjoy your time when you come up here. I kind of try to give you some
Well, you
good.
said one of the best burgers in all of South Florida is Gilbert's, and that's you talk about nestled. That's right in the middle
Yes.
of Broward County.
And what do you think of the surgery that
I-
Lubie
I just
he
know
gets involved?
I know he doesn't like it cut, so I'm trying to leave Burger Beast half totally intact because I respect him way more than I respect you. So I'm cutting yours and mine.
Oh, he's
into
doing
a
quarters.
No, you can-
I
you
hate
can
the
do-
quarters. Oh,
I know, but
Oh,
I
you
want a
can-
bite of all of
I
these,
just
and
want-
the two
I
of you, I
just-
could see ruining
I
this.
just want a quarter, to be quite honest.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, so then you can
I'm
get the
sorry,
half.
this is a new leaf for me. I'm in 954. I do quarters now.
Okay. I should be.
So you can get the half, and he and I.
I
will
should
share the
be
quarters.
having
Even though
austerity
I thought
measures.
you were taking care
All
of
right,
yourself.
we toast our halves, and then we hit them upside the head.
All right. Take us through the different burgers that we got here. We've
Well,
got.
this is his classic smash burger. He also likes for it to be called sauce.
Okay.
Sauce.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
ASAUS or something is what he
Yeah,
pronounced it
Allow for
as.
the separation.
It's got
Oh,
the
we
special
got-
sauce.
Now,
It's
I
got
like
the
the
dill pickles.
bun. It's like a challah bun almost. It looks like an egg or I
Yeah,
don't know what you call it. Or a medianoche bun. Is that what we...
Yeah,
Something-
I mean, I don't think that's a medianoche bun, but
No.
It could be.
Could be.
why are you trying to make everything Cuban,
Oh,
man?
meanwhile, I just-
I'm the Cuban person.
That's
here.
right.
I just destroyed Lubie's...
Which is what I figured would happen. That's
Okay.
okay. I just wanted to try it.
Well, I'll get you one after the
We'll be
show.
fine.
I'm going to
Just
go in
cheers.
right now. We're
Nice,
going to do a
Burger
cheers. Here's the Burger Month.
I didn't bite it.
I'm not scared of your...
And when I wear
Okay, in that
Saliva.
case,
Okay.
that looks
So-
fantastic. I'm not Mr. Smashburger, but that looks freaking amazing.
I'm eating
I know. And do you have
the
to
right
ring,
side
too?
of my mouth.
oh,
Okay.
that's right. This one has jalapenos.
Okay, good. 'cause
A
I'm
little
Mr.
fire.
Jalapeno.
Um,
I'm a wuss.
I had some sauce.
let's discuss.
I had some sauce on my nose, but that sounds horrible.
Let's discuss the smash burger because it's become this huge thing. Obviously,
Right.
right? Is it your preferred burger or what?
No, I prefer char grilled burgers.
Okay. But yet, when you go around doing your pop-ups,
Like
aren't
a
you
steak
doing
burger.
smash burgers?
Yes,
Explain.
because that's the original real technique. I mean, you go back depending on who you're going to talk to, and I did a lot of
Research.
research for. Oh, thank you.
Well,
I did
you're
a
a
lot of
burger
research for the
scholar.
book, so the original were they were more like meatballs, right? And then eventually White Castle kind of standardized the whole smash thing with onions, pickles, and mustard. So when I started doing the pop-ups in 2017, I was trying to be like a White Castle. I did pickle, mustard, onion.
So like a Royal Castle
Right.
or White Castle. I don't know.
White Castle predates by about 17 years.
Okay.
Don't get your burger
No, I
history
just know
mixed
he's a
up with
big
this
fan
guy.
of Royal Castle, so that's why
The company.
I was like.
Hey, as they say in Spanish, la verdad es la verdad.
Truth. So it's kind of harkening back to the original,
Like
the
white
OG of
onion.
burgers.
Right.
And
So I prefer, when we started, it was pickle, mustard, onion. I eventually developed a guava sriracha ketchup sauce. That kind of guava is a very popular flavor in Miami and amongst the Hispanic community, and that's what I started doing my smash burgers with. Eventually, I bottled it, and actually the frita cubana, which they're doing, EPMC is doing today,
And
has
that
my guava
is-
sriracha ketchup on it.
And for people who don't know the gringos up here in the 954,
Okay.
what a frita is, can you?
A frita cubana is essentially Cuban hamburger. It was street food in Cuba. It was sold on propelled carts in Cuba, kind of like a hot dog cart. And they did a bunch of sandwiches.
And it's chorizo, it's sausage or a
It's
blend.
a blend, it said,
depends,
right?
it depends on he's doing it that way. The original one was really more just ground beef. It was street food, so think in terms of a hot dog. A hot dog on the
Whatever you
streets of New York
find,
in the
yeah,
20s and
whatever you
30s was
find,
not
yeah.
Wagyu, which Wagyu didn't exist. But I'm saying it wasn't like the high grade.
It was mixed mystery meat. Yes.
They were doing New York strip hot dogs.
No.
So,
Who let the
The
dogs
dogs heard
out?
you, yeah. The
So,
dogs heard you.
it was just street food. It was a really quick bite. They were about 2 ounces. They were served on actually a loaf that was cut up in pieces. Down here, they make the actual Cuban roll for it.
This, yeah. So this you would call a Cuban roll. It's
Yeah.
and I guess it's kind of like
It's got onions, and then it would have some sort of mostly julienne potatoes.
Yeah.
But
potato sticks. So
right.
as you
And
know
in
it.
this case, these are chiefless plantain sticks.
Oh, really?
Yes. Which is a really cool touch. And that if you've ever had the chieflet plantain sticks.
Yeah, I've seen the bags of them.
Yeah. We could steal one from the back of his truck.
That's a very 305 touch, and I kind of like that. I like that.
And that is phenomenal. If you just like something to snack on while you're watching a game, those things are perfect. Hard to dip them in something because they're tiny.
Well, and this has your
the guava sriracha ketchup.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
The Burger Beast has his
I'm not.
own
I hear
condiments.
sriracha. I'm sort of a wuss. I don't like spicy, but it actually the guava ketchup underlying like mixes with the sriracha, and it's not spicy at all. It's
actually
flavorful.
it's very flavorful. It's not as it. I decided to put sriracha in the title. It is not spicy.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
just want to put the original version when
Very
I
mild,
first made it.
mild heat. Yeah.
Very spicy, the original version. But I toned it down because I wanted more. I wanted kind of everyone to accept it. Even our when I do my pop-ups under the name Cruz Diablo, I have a totally different sauce, and that is spicier than that.
Okay.
We're going to get into the Cruz Diablo burger. We're going to get into more of the events that are coming up during this 954 Burger Month. It's also National Burger Month, correct?
National Burger Month, May
You
every
usually,
year. Yeah.
you usually issue your like top 20 list, and people don't even realize that there's actually like 34 burgers on the list. Because
I have done that. I think we did that. Didn't we do that together?
Yeah, we probably did.
yeah.
That's known as a classic Burger Beast prank. My top 20 burgers in Miami. And it goes on, and nobody counts. Nobody is.
We did top 25, and there was actually 34 on the list.
Oh, that's good.
And it came out in print, which was the best part.
I want to talk more about Smash Burger because
Sure.
I've been, pretty vehement in my opposition to the Smash Burger
Okay.
on a philosophical level.
All right.
I like, like what we had yesterday at Gilbert's, where you get those,
Nice
I
big
call
juicy
them
burger, yeah.
beautiful, juicy pucks. They are shaped like a hockey puck.
Not
But
cooked like.
the flavor and consistency much more preferable to eating a hockey puck. But again, they made that Havarti bacon burger, which is going to be featured at the May 19th event. We'll
so
talk
good.
more about that. But they made it perfectly, like I would call it, like rare plus to medium
Yeah,
rare.
it wasn't really medium rare. It was better than that.
Some people will say, "Oh, did you send that back?" No, I wouldn't send that back. That's burger perfection
Yep.
from me.
Yep.
Right.
And when you get that bigger steak burger thrown on a char grill, it allows it to get that nice charred exterior, but still have rare, flavorful, juicy meat in between. Whereas here, the style is you're going for the caramelization, smashing it down
Right.
so it's more surface area. And
And it gives you flavor.
by definition, you get more flavor on the exterior, but the meat gets murdered to the
Yes.
point of medium well.
Right.
Now, when you cover it, and not necessarily cover it up, but when you enhance it with the different sauces and the cheese blend and the pickles, like this is a freaking delicious
It
bite.
tastes good, yeah.
It
Right.
tastes really good,
But it's not the burger.
but it's not the burger; it's the whole package. Agree or disagree?
We're going to start getting into a fight here.
Let's do it. Food fight.
We haven't really talked in 6 months, and this is how you want to start with me.
But you said you like the steak char grill burger.
Whose side are you on?
I don't know what side I'm on because I'm in the middle. I'm weird about smash burgers because they do have good flavor,
Right.
but is it the burger that I like or the fact that I have a bunch of stuff on it? Like being with you guys who really know, you were talking about barbecue before, and you're right. I love the barbecue sauce, but do I really like barbecue or barbecue sauce?
Right.
Because that's the thing is it's like
That's the trick.
real barbecue people don't even have sauce a lot of the time. They put it on the
Right.
side for you. They want the meat to be the show, and we talked to you about that. So that's what's interesting about. I don't know if one's better than the other, but I naturally am more inclined for the quote unquote steak burger. But again, this tastes fantastic. So
Yeah, like a steakhouse burger, kind of like what Gilbert's is. It's like the thicker char grilled,
yes,
and something that you'd find obviously in a steakhouse. There's also, let's say Pincho, who's also part of the 954 Burger Month. They do a 5-ounce griddled.
Are they
but not
still Pembroke
smashed.
Pines? Do they still?
Yeah.
have- Okay.
They're Pembroke Pines.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this interior, the middle part, I can't get enough of because even the meat is still kind of.
yeah, it's almost pink.
Juicy.
They made it sort of pink.
But
But
the hook on that burger, and George Modes popularized that burger. I mean, he did not create it. It's called an Oklahoma onion burger. where you get thin, translucent onions. You smash them into the patty and you flip it on there so the burger cooks on the onions. And then when you add the pickles and the mustard and the cheese, and you don't really need to have cheese, to be quite honest, but that combination is great. The onions is probably takes lead, and then you should get the crust. So the crust of the burger should be on the top, and then the onions on the bottom. So when you're biting down, you get like the crust, and then you get the onions, and then any condiments or anything on the bottom.
I could see its allure, but again, to me, the meat gets it's almost like a secondary thing. And when those smashed edges on the very end, it's kind of like the crust of a New Haven pizza, where people say it's burnt, and the New Haven aficionados say no, it's just charred. That's where the flavor is.
Right.
And I guess it's the same thing with this burger, because I picked off the edges, which is like the part that gets crispy on the grill.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you about that. So I have a plan to sell at my pop-ups. I'm going to call those things burger dingleberries.
I don't know if that's the most attractive name.
It's going to be a sack of dingleberries.
I would say if you trim them all off around the edges with a pizza cutter, and then chop them up, and then you can put that in a bag like a chips.
That's what
and sell it.
Yeah.
And then you just sell them as the Burger Beast Dingleberries.
The Burger Beast.
Burger dingleberries.
Marketing people might have an issue with that. But, all right, here's the thing. I don't know if I like this or hate it. I took a bite, and I said, the first description that came to mind is carcinogenic.
Oh, Jesus.
I just think that this, if you eat a lot of these because of the way it's been cooked, that it might be hazardous to your health in 10 to 20 years. But then again, what isn't,
It's beef is just crispy on the griddle.
Yeah. And now, I'm trying to, at first you say, oh, it's burnt, but then you keep chewing on it, and it opens up layers of flavors where there's depth of the doneness and the charredness and the caramelization, and I don't know if I'm just talking in circles, but I guess it's growing on me. Yes.
Yeah. No, look, to me, it's what we talk about. There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. There's what you like, right? And it all comes down, we use this word a lot.
I haven't even tried that one yet.
Oh, yeah,
that's yours right here. It comes down to flavor, right?
The rest of mine.
Flavors, taste, how does it taste? So that's really the most important thing. It tastes good. I can't deny that. So I would never say don't get a smash burger. It does go against what I grew up a burger being, a nice half pound, 2/3 of a.
But you ate
pound.
fast food. Fast food, they're not like that.
Yeah,
fast food. They're not this exactly, but they're close to
McDonald's.
They're just like
hamburgers.
a griddled 2-ounce, 1.75 ounce.
And and look, Burger King made a nice fast food burger. It at least has a char grilled sense.
Once upon a time,
Burger King
maybe.
Burger King's double cheeseburger growing up was my thing.
It's so funny. We were talking before about nostalgia. That was like a go-to for me growing up.
A classic Whopper back in the day
was
seemed
like
a lot better than it is now. I don't know if that's true or me.
Marcel used to work at Burger King?
I did not know that.
It started in Miami, didn't it?
It does not surprise
It started in
me.
Jacksonville, actually, in 53.
But they had headquarters in Miami.
They franchised to Miami in 54, and those guys ended up taking over the company.
Yeah.
Burger King just doesn't acknowledge the first half of that story.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So as I take the final bites of this, classic, they call it, this is their BMC burger, their smash burger. As our friend Tom Tanazzini would say, I'm not mad at that. That's, I'm digging it. It's growing on me. And we're going to get into the patty melt now. Talk about the patty melt and either its history or just basic
Well, the patty melt's
composition.
from California.
Mm-hmm.
This technically wouldn't be a patty melt.
It should be rye bread, right?
They said it's rye. They said it's rye bread.
Is it seeded rye?
I don't know if it's seeded, but it
supposed
is
to have
rye
caraway
bread.
seeds? Yes or no?
It is rye bread.
I don't know that I'd go. I have the history of the patty melt on my blog, but we know that it was rye bread, is Swiss cheese and grilled onions, and then after you assemble the burger, then you griddle the burger like you would griddle a sandwich. So you could toast a bun if you really want to, but after assembling the burger, and I think that's why a lot of people don't sell patty melt, because you got to do double duty. You got to make the burger, assemble it, and then put it back on the grill, and just butter the sides of it.
This is pretty damn good.
Yeah. It's good. Look, it's very good. When you want to talk with burger purists, which I have, and sometimes I consider myself, I call it a melt. So if it doesn't it does not have Swiss, it's not griddled, doesn't have rye, and it doesn't have onions. The minute you throw in a Thousand Island or something, I'm like, now it's a melt to me.
Melt,
It's
okay.
not. It's not a patty melt anymore.
You know who does a good classic patty melt is our friend Pat Utter over at
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans in Dania now, and we're going to be there on Tuesday. But I've had his patty melt. It is the perfect hangover cure, and he does it proper on caraway seeded rye bread.
How come
Swiss
you never
cheese.
invited me to be
You
on
should
when
come
you're
to
in
Shenanigans.
Why don't you?
We're there next week. You should come
invite
with
me
us,
to be at
actually.
Arbetter's and ignore me, but then.
Well, now you know.
We're
going to
be there Tuesday. On
or
Tuesday.
next month. We're there once a month.
And they
Pat
do great
Utter,
burgers,
if
and we
you
just have
think-
Burger Month.
Well, if you think Dave Arbeiter didn't let you have a word in
He doesn't
edgewise,
stop.
Pat Utter,
He just
he's
goes.
a good friend. He's a natural on the air.
Yes.
He loves talking sports. So when going there, because it's a sports bar,
Oh, that's a
and
problem.
you know nothing
You're not
about
much for
sports,
You can come on and eat burgers.
but he knows a lot about. And they do a good basic burger.
They do a
Again,
nice
it's
burger.
like a char grilled 8-ounce burger that has
That's why
good,
you like it because it's half pound.
and it's a half pound. And I tend to order it on the underdone side there because when you order it rare, it comes out tendency closer to medium rare, but that's perfect. It's like a nice hefty burger. It's Burger Month.
Yes.
It is time for our first break.
Yes.
After this break, I'm going to start looking at the chat lines, and also I posted on Let's Eat South Florida the stream link. I also solicited questions. I said, if you have a question for Burger Beast, fire it off here, either in the chat line or on the Facebook group comment string, and we'll do some rapid-fire questions for the burger expert, Burger Man himself, and we'll also talk more about the upcoming events that are going to be unfolding over the 31 days of May here in the 954 for 954 Burger Month. Until then, let's take a break and come back after these words.
Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. One of the best restaurants in Broward, J&C Oyster in downtown Hollywood. At 2035 Harrison Street, this place is fantastic and worth a drive. It's got creative, cutting-edge seafood and more with an Asian twist and gorgeous cocktails. Chefs Raheem Seeley and Monica Dominguez cut their teeth at some of Miami's best restaurants. Don't miss some of these fantastic dishes, including grilled oysters, fried chicken, and the Thai red curry crab. Open Wednesday through Sunday for dinner with daily happy hour and outdoor seating. Go to jncoyster.com for reservations and information. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. Are you looking for a good New York-style slice? How about lunch specials for under $9 that come with garlic rolls and a fountain drink? I'm talking about Stromboli Pizza Kitchen in the Fountains of Plantation, 801 South University Drive. Since 1987, it's been home to Brooklyn-style pies and slices, heroes and paninis, pastas, and all your Italian-American favorites. It's got the unpretentious vibe of the pizza places of my youth with daily specials, family dinners, outdoor seating, eat-in, carry-out, or delivery. Open 7 days a week. Go to strombolispizza.com to place your order today. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. It is a special evening edition to kick off the 954 Burger Month. We're here at LauderAle Brewery in Fort Lauderdale. We've got Burger Beast here to my left. We've got Chris, who is the proprietor of not a burger place, but a donut place, which is also near and dear to our hearts, and it's called LuchaDough.
Yes.
Instead of a luchador, which does that mean lunch or something?
It's like a wrestler.
In Spanish, it means pro wrestler.
Oh, jeez.
It's like a wrestler.
I'm the worst.
The worst. You are the worst.
So pro wrestlers, luchadors.
Well, welcome to the Lunchbox. We
Thank you
do
for
this
having me.
show every weekday, usually a little bit earlier in the day, but it's a special event. And just tell us a little bit about what you got here, how you started the business, and how you got involved with this fantastic event in the Burger Beast.
For sure. I'll start off with how the business started. Long story short, I started in 2020 when everybody decided to be an entrepreneur. During COVID, everybody getting laid off. I was one of those. I got laid off. I really love donuts.
Was it a job you liked or hated and secretly happy?
It was just a reconstruction supervisor job.
Okay.
I actually went to school for computer animation, but reconstruction supervisor, I got laid off. I was craving a donut. I Googled the donut recipe, and then just for myself. And then after that, I was like, what really goes into a donut? And I started, that
you got,
smell okay. So
I'm gonna, and where do you make these? You do it like,
in a commercial kitchen.
Commercial
Yeah,
kitchen
yeah.
in
I
Miami?
thought you were about to pick that bacon up. I was about to hit your
Yeah,
head.
you saw that? I was like, what's going on?
Lubie's handing me the knife. I just want everybody to see the beautiful array of donuts here.
No, they look
We're
spectacular.
going to take some pictures and we'll post them on our social.
Yes.
But you got a nice variety pack, 4 different donuts. What do we got?
Right here, we have our classic vanilla bean.
Mm.
We have can the people see this?
Yeah, well, we can get
Put it that way they can see you.
Yeah,
There we go.
There we go.
We have the vanilla.
Yep.
We have the maple brown butter with candy bacon, the strawberry shortcake, and then this is a filled one with ricotta filling and a pistachio glaze.
Oh my God, it's kind of like a cannoli,
Essentially, yeah,
but
it's our best seller.
in donut form.
Wait till I tell Lenore about this.
I can't eat these. Well, I can because I'm working and the calories and sugar does not
Don't count.
when I'm working.
Yeah, the center's always calorie free, right?
That looks really good. It smells really good. So, do you know this guy? Does he come to your place and kind of written you up or what?
He's actually one of the first ones that reached out to me when I first started everything. I was like about 2-3 months in, and I guess my promos came up on his page, and they just commented and reached out. And then one of our first pop-ups in February 2021, he came to MIA Brewery and had our donuts. And ever since, we've collaborated here and there.
So he's an ally. He's a supporter.
So I actually went to your house to pick up donuts the first time.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. And I remember when you probably don't remember this, when you used to have wrestling playing and you could go out and I never attended. But when you first started,
I remember sending you the message.
Yeah.
But did I deliver you the donuts to your house? See, I don't even remember.
No, I picked
You
them
went
up.
to your house.
I picked them up.
You picked him
Oh,
up.
I don't
So I
remember
asked him,
that.
I'm like, how did you? He's like, yeah, I used to go to his house and get donuts. I'm like, that just there's a lot weird with that statement.
No, during the pandemic, that was a very
Reasons.
common thing in the pandemic.
You go to
were
people's houses.
That's
people
right.
were-
Yes,
Yeah, it
I
was.
remember people make like these care packages, and you come and pick them up and
Interesting.
in the driveways and stuff
I'm
like
trying to
that.
think. Yeah, did Nicole give you the donuts? I don't remember that part. But I do remember, yes, in the beginning, I was playing on a projector screen wrestling. I was trying to do a drive-in for donuts.
Meanwhile,
My
I've just
house.
cut open this ricotta cheese stuffed pistachio donut. It looks fantastic. Against
good
my
for you.
doctor's wishes, I'm going to go
Well, you
in
cut
on
it
this
into like
thing
a
now.
piece, so there
I
you
did
go.
cut it in a manageable piece. I'm not going to do a one bite because my mouth is recovering. But
So let me ask you, where did the connection to wrestling come in? Because the Burger Beast over here sort of gave away some of the stuff you do before you even came on, and I saw some of your promos, and they were freaking fantastic. So where did that connection of donuts and wrestling come from?
I needed a concept for my donuts once I finalized the recipe and all that. So I thought of I'm a big fan of pro wrestling. It's just literally out of the love of donuts and pro wrestling.
That's funny.
As simple as that. I just thought I needed a concept. I wanted to be different and stand out. And yeah, I just needed it. And then so every donut is after either like a wrestling moment, wrestler, or just overall anything pro wrestling related.
So what are these for? The connection for these for.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no. So Gorgeous Glaze is after Gorgeous George.
Nice.
It makes sense. It's a classic donut. Gorgeous George is one of the ones that started it all. Strawberry Shortcake is Stratisfaction after Trish Stratus. Maple Brown Butter's Trailblazer. That one's a little confusing. It's more about just all the wrestlers that have Trailblaze for every up-and-coming era. And then the Pistachio Ricotta actually used to be in the shape of an X. It was after Degeneration X.
See, I'm so old, I would have made donuts named after Bruno Sammartino, Chief J. Strongbow.
I have a San Martino.
Oh, you do?
It's a tiramisu donut.
Okay.
Nice.
That makes sense. He's an Italian guy from New York, I believe. If I say the name Alex Marvez, does that mean anything to you? He's not a wrestler, but he was a longtime sports writer down here who covered wrestling for the Miami Herald. And
I believe he shows up on AEW.
Oh, he does all kinds of things. Alex is now
he's like a national
NFL.
dude.
He became big in the NFL, covering football and on NFL.com and network. But his first true love is wrestling, and that's how he made his bones, was as a wrestling freelance
He used to
writer.
have a column in the 80s and the 90s.
Yes.
And, I used to read it in the newspaper.
Oh, man, really?
Yeah.
I'm terrible with names, but
he's
if I see
he's a Miami legend, and we love Alex Marvez,
Okay.
and we used to have a lot of fun, too much fun on road trips together for the Dolphins. But anyway, I digress. You are into wrestling, and I think the Sun Sentinel chronicled the whole history of your Cruz Diablo. I got totally confused. I'm going to shut up. Can you tell me the story? It was like your grandfather in Colombia, or
Not Colombia.
I don't even know.
He's Cuban.
He was
My
Cuban.
my grandfather was born in Cuba, but my grandfather wrestled in Mexico and Venezuela and Cuba. But he was the top heel. It's called a rudo. He did catch as catch can. That was the kind of the lucha style that he did.
So wait, the heel is like the enemy, the guy who
The
plays.
evil guy. Yeah,
So it
but
runs
they're
in the
always
family.
fun. But they're fun. It's like they're still beloved. Like usually the heel is as loved as the hero. A lot of the time. And
It's
wrestling,
not a real villain.
No,
It's just kind
people
of
love the heel.
He wrestled under a couple of names, El Gigante. Then later on, he wrestled under Cruz Diablo, which is what he mostly wrestled under.
Okay.
And then towards the tail end, when he couldn't leave Cuba anymore, he wrestled under his name. His birth name is Serafin Gonzalez. He did that until probably around 1960, and then he started training. Him and the luchadors that stayed in Cuba started training the youth to try and get them into the Olympics, actually. So he started teaching Greco-Roman wrestling.
Oh, like classic style. Yeah.
Right. So he, probably about a year and a half ago, I had never thought to look up and find out who his students were, and I was able to track down his first student. The guy still lives in Cuba, and he wrote me a really nice, maybe 3 or 4 paragraph thing telling me about my grandfather and what a great guy he was and how he trained him, and that, which was nice because I had never even thought to go that angle. I was so preoccupied trying to find info of him wrestling under the mask that I never thought the later years, to look that up, which was nice.
That's neat. And you posted these pictures, or you shared them with the Sentinel of him
I've never
in the
posted
mask.
those pictures, right? Yeah.
That was pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Do you have that mask, or where is that mask now?
We have. There's 2 of the masks that we still have.
Mm-hmm.
We have the green one, which is the one my dad has. The red one, my uncle who lives in California has it. We do have his tights. We have his boots. We have his cape, and we have his wrestling jacket with his name on the back.
All right, natural question. When you prepare your Cruz Diablo burgers at your next pop-up,
Are you wearing the mask?
Are you going to come in full regalia?
I am not.
Or have Chris.
How much money
Combo together.
would it take? Because I make offers on this show. People often refuse them. But let's say if I slapped out 5 crisp $100 bills for you to come to Cruz Diablo pop-up with the mask, let's say not even the full tight. I would pay to see the tights, though.
I don't.
Is there no amount of money?
I don't know what you're fantasizing about. But,
We just got out of the beat. Can we not start a new beat?
do have some strange fantasies.
Yeah, they're coming out right in front of us. So anyway, so right now you do, I guess, pop-up food truck style. We've seen a lot of donuts that started that way turn into actual
Brick and
storefronts.
mortars. Yep.
Do you have any envisions of that going
yeah.
into an actual location or multiple locations?
Yes, I actually do. I even have a little drawing of exactly how it
Oh,
will look
wow.
out and everything. Yeah, that's essentially that's the biggest goal, but it's expensive.
And it takes time, and then you'll save up. And I'm sure as this business keeps growing, where do you go? You just kind of hit up different food truck rallies, or how do you kind of get your name and wares out there?
I honestly just word of mouth. We started off at craft breweries. After my house, we went to craft breweries and then made a name for ourselves.
Donuts and beer go together.
I
really
didn't know
well.
that before I started.
Yeah.
And then it's just honestly word of mouth. It's just that one person tells another person if I can pop up there, and I do it every weekend. Honestly,
this pistachio with filled, ricotta filled donut. What do you call it again? What's it called? What's the name of it? It's
what donut? The one you just had?
Yeah.
Degeneration.
Degeneration. It's
but
really good.
DEE, so for no copyright.
Okay.
They don't mess around with them. They don't mess around.
I don't want
My buddy's actually an announcer. They made him change his name.
Oh, damn, really?
Because they want to own your name, and you legally can't own a name. So he changed his name for them because they don't mess around yet. So it's a smart man.
Yeah.
And this brown butter bacon one looks pretty evil. I'm gonna leave it alone for now because it's gonna get a little messy. But if people want to, if they can't make it out here to LauderAle before 9 o'clock tonight, how can they find you on social media and I guess get in touch with you to place an order?
They can always follow us on Instagram. That's mainly where we are promoting all our events. We're always, every week, we have a different event. One of our biggest events that everybody that can catch us is at our CCW on pro wrestling event on Saturdays at Unbranded Brewing. Every first Saturday of the month, there's always a pro wrestling event there, and that's like our main hub to get our donuts. Other than that, you can catch them actually at a coffee shop in our grounds in Kendall, Florida.
Okay.
And just honestly at our pop-ups, that's it. You can't, unless you do catering orders, you can't just get our donuts just any random day.
Okay, you got to place an order in bulk for catering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
exactly. But for holidays also, Father's Day, stuff like that.
Yeah, we do those specials, yeah.
Okay, and at LuchaDough is the
at
IG
LuchaDough. I
address?
just found it. Yeah,
okay,
It's
great.
at LuchaDough for everything. Yeah, it's
Lubie's on top of it, and
the
again,
first version of it.
LuchaDough.
Yes.
And of course, we all know that luchador means wrestler.
We all do now. Are you doing any more events with the Burger Month, 944 Burger Month? You get down to Fort Lauderdale often at all?
We do get
Broward
often
area?
in Fort Lauderdale. We're here for the kickoffs specifically, and then in general, we do come to. It's been over almost a year since we've been in Fort Lauderdale, but there was a time period we were coming here constantly to like Laser Wolf.
Okay.
And
Another great brewery.
Where else? There was another spot. I don't remember right now,
that's
but
all right.
yeah, we're just popping
But again,
up
if
all
they
over.
follow you on the IG, you
are
list
worth
your
the trip, I'll
upcoming
tell you that.
appearances. Good stuff. I'm going to be digging into this.
Thank you.
Chris, it's a real pleasure to meet you. Thanks for hanging
Pleasure
out a
meeting you
little
too,
bit.
Mike.
And I like the graphic.
Thank you.
definitely-
You have to look at the videos. The videos are classic.
I also put on a ringer shirt for a little more old school.
It's like the old school wrestling where like the guy would be talking, then the words would come down, but he would keep talking while the words are over his face.
Yeah, essentially, if we were to open up a shop, we want to go for that old school territory.
Nice.
Yeah. You're correct me if I'm wrong, but is your voice slightly off?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, like your voice on the graph when the video's running, it's like a little off by like a millisecond or two. Like, I know that's intentional, but I was like, I know he's got to be doing this intentionally.
Is that like the Japanese Godzilla movie?
Yes.
I tried to replicate like a Gordon Sully voice, and it's so
No, but
hard.
it's classic though. I love it.
Yeah, that's a unique voice.
That's it. All right. Well, we love his donuts. Love the whole wrestling motif. Both Burger Beast and Chris from LuchaDough share a love of wrestling. And the donuts, Burger Beast approved? Yes.
Absolutely.
Now they are also Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved.
Yes.
Congratulations. Much continued success.
Appreciate
And
that.
let's take another break, and then we'll come back with more from LauderAle and the kickoff event of the 954 Burger Month in conjunction with Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival after these words.
From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to BatchSouthernKitchen.com. Hey, it's Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. An exquisite sushi experience. Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to KaizenFlorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back at LauderAle 954 Burger Month kickoff with Burger Beast Seth Gonzalez himself, Mike Lubie Lubitz on the mixing board. We had LuchaDough and Chris and his beautiful donuts. I just had that brown butter bacon donut during the break.
Outstanding.
That might be the winner.
Yeah, that is outstanding.
That is
Look, I like the
stuff.
ricotta one because it's not too sweet. The ricotta almost cuts the sweetness a little bit.
Pistachio's a nice touch.
It's a nice touch, but
it's good. They're all good.
The old school maple bacon ones.
Donuts, smash burgers, all the things I'm not supposed to be eating. But, you know,
You've been good, though. You've been good.
Mike
You haven't
Moderation
been
Mayo. And, again, I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm going to say I'll just try doing better tomorrow.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Our schedule is jam-packed here on the Lunchbox. What do we got? Any
we
questions?
have a famous chatter.
Oh.
The one and only Jeffrey Eats. Is saying,
Jeffrey.
hello, Burger Beast.
Oh, Lord.
He's like,
Have you been
what
to
is
his
Burger
show?
Month
Oh, my God.
without Jeffrey Eats, who does fantastic burgers
All right.
of all kinds? And I say to you, Jeffrey Eats, I agree. What is Burger Month without Jeffrey Eats. So I put that to the one and only Burger Beast.
Well,
I mean, that's an open-ended question. It depends how we're going to go with that.
here's the thing. I guess you've never made it to his truck. He used to do. He did a couple of my events at Arts Park, I believe. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you guys still speaking?
I have tried his burger. I have tried his burger. I just got that.
Now, we're big fans of him, big
The
fans
problem is
of
the
yours.
city of Hollywood doesn't talk to me anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well, they stopped talking to me decades ago. No, Jeffrey, at one point he had a 954 representation outpost at the Cider Works place in Pompano. That, unfortunately, no longer with us, but he is parked outside the Barrel of Monks Brewery in Boca Raton, and you got to get up there and try some more of those. He's got, like, monthly specials that look outstanding, and then he had that one that was the onion with the it was like a
he does a ton of stuff.
French
It's freaking
dip
amazing.
burger. It was a onion soup burger, of course. How can I forget? That one is just so good.
His
Off the
burgers are
charts
ridiculous.
good, where it's got, kind of like Gruyere and grilled onions, and then you dunk it in the onion soup thing to kind of give it that little bit of extra flavor. I love his burgers. I love the man. He's nuts. His videos are great. He makes these extreme burgers, which not always my cup of tea, but his basic straight up cheeseburger, one of the best in South.
He does a bunch of great stuff, and he did joke and say he's a big fan of yours. He loves the Burger Beast.
He probably does not realize that I do know what he does. I hear it from plenty of people. I'm glad he's busting my chops. I deserve it. I haven't gone to go see him. I get people writing me, how come you haven't gone there? I know. I'm sorry. I'm a bad beast. I promise I will go this month.
Bad beast.
Because maybe we can set up something. We love the guy, so maybe we can all.
I should have gone like this and then just chopped you.
But again, Gilbert's, May 19th, noon on a Sunday when they're usually closed. Go online, get your tickets now. Eventbrite.com, 954burgermonth.com, blfoodwine.com. You're going to have Feast with the Beast himself.
Yes.
He'll be making his Cruz Diablo burgers.
I don't know about that, but
well, somebody will be
a bit
making
of a stretch.
his patented recipe.
For charity, maybe.
And what's on the Cruz Diablo again?
The Cruz Diablo are 2 3.5 ounce smashed patties. The blend is, I call, luncheonette blend. It's made by Sunshine Provisions out of Deerfield Beach.
Nice, good for you.
And so the blend is, we haven't really mentioned, I used to own a burger museum in Miami, Florida. And I had a bunch of cookbooks. And right before I started selling them off, I started, flipping through them. And my Walgreens 1940s cookbook from when they used to have lunch counters had the recipe for their beef blend.
Oh, wow.
So I gave it to Mike Saperstein, and I go, I want this to be my beef blend. And that's what we do, our beef blend is.
Nice. And what's on it? Is it some hot sauce? I'm sorry.
So it's got crispy onions and jalapenos. It has American cheese. It's on a sesame seed bun.
Right.
It's a Martin's, Big Marty, so it's not a potato bun. It's white.
The sesame seeded
bun.
Right.
I call it super sesame seed.
Our late friend Kevin used to make his burgers on the Big Marty bun. So
one of the best.
Yeah, and he had a great burger. But that's going to be a fantastic time. And again, Diablo because of the jalapenos.
Yes.
Diablo means devil.
Devil, yes. Jeez, man. You've been here a long time.
I've decided to learn Spanish today.
You've been here a while, man.
I am the worst. Do we have one more break?
We do.
Let's take that last break, and then we will wrap up this edition from the LauderAle and 954 Burger Month after these words. No.
A sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hours 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach, Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late-night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you.
All right, we're back on the Lunchbox Burger Beast 954 Burger Month at LauderAle. We're going to be here until 9 o'clock, or at least the burger truck will be.
Yes.
And thanks again to everybody involved tonight, Phil and Kate,
Yeah,
BL
Kate,
Food
you always do a
Wine
great job.
Festival,
Burger Beast, always do a great job.
BMC Food Truck
hiding back
at
there,
Eat
but
BMC. They were too
They're enjoying the
crowded.
night.
Yeah, Phil and Kate, they've become camera shy, and the Eat BMC truck people, they're so busy, they're slammed with burgers, so we couldn't get them on. But we got the donut guy, Chris, and LuchaDough is going to be, that's great. Let's a little bit more donut talk. We'll do a little overtime with a little more burger talk. Got to wish a happy birthday to my local donut maker, Keith Fryman, very appropriately named
Bake Shack.
Fryman at Bake Shack in Dania Beach.
Bake Shack.
I don't know if you've been there.
Great
But,
place.
the Sun Sentinel now is conducting, like, their best donuts in South Florida competition. Voting is now open if you go onto the sunsentinel.com website. They came up with, I believe it was 5 finalists. Unfortunately, I guess Chris is a little too new and a little too unknown to make it.
Yeah.
But Maxed Out Donuts with Max Santiago.
Mm-hmm. I heard of him.
Keith's Donuts. At Bake Shack with Keith Fryman is the great accomplished pastry chef behind that. Mojo Donuts, your guys, and that you've had a long association and multiple locations. Dandy Donuts and Hollywood Donuts.
Those are all great.
And that was the first time they've had several of these.
Well.
They did one
they
for
did
fried
well.
chicken. They did one for pizza. I think I don't even remember what they've done. Oh, bagels.
They did the bagels that we were
They've done
frustrated with.
bagels and fried
and the
chicken.
fried chicken they boxed
They
entirely.
whiffed. But this one, actually 5 very
they nailed
worthy
it.
finalists. I don't want to put you on the spot because you've got some spot. But, I like them all. I like all those donuts. Each has their own niche. Max Santiago makes a pretty mean donut. I don't know if you want to assess the chances of it.
All right, so Hollywood, I love the sour cream donut there.
Yeah.
That thing is sickeningly good.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Max, which I don't think you even know this, Max and I have been friends since I was about 10 years old.
Oh, wow.
We went to elementary school.
Know
We
that.
went to
that's
elementary
cool.
school
I had
together.
no idea that.
We went to elementary school together.
And
Jimmy, who runs the Mojos in Miami, we've been friends since I was in 7th grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So 2 of these people may kill me if I say one or the other.
you gotta stay like
that's like
Switzerland.
family. That's like family.
You gotta be neutral. But this is
But
one.
I like them all.
Well, they
There's
both do
different
a good
donuts
job,
I
yeah.
like at each one.
Right.
Max, to me, if we're going to say someone is a face behind it, I think Max is the best donut maker in South Florida.
Well, he's
And
behind
right-
Salty Donut when that first started.
He started Salty Donut, yes.
He also helped out with, it started
Tim
as
Hortons.
Batch Cookies. Now they changed their name to Blueprint Cookies.
He works with Tim Hortons, which
Yeah.
is
He does.
Oh,
a
wow.
Canadian company.
Yeah.
No, they're
Canadians again.
Yeah, it's great, though, for the coffee.
And they take their
well known.
donuts very seriously.
very well
That's a
known.
Burger King
Canada.
company.
Yeah. But Max, supremely talented. And Keith, again, very
does a great
talented.
job.
He's worked at some of the best kitchens in
Oh,
town.
and
He's got a
Danny's
good burger on the menu, too.
Yeah.
when he does like a breakfast sandwich on a donut, which is really nice.
On a donut
and
bread.
Dandy Donuts does a great job.
Yeah, no, all worthy, so that's good. All right, getting back to burgers, are you putting out any lists this month? Any top burgers? Or
My top 25 South Florida burger list will be out May 15th.
I'm going to be counting.
The thing, okay, do you change, because again, great burgers are great burgers, right? How does it change from year to year? Do you take some totally off? Do you try to be new blood in there every year?
So it works like this. I can't get to every burger joint.
Yeah.
I'm not like some of these.
It's not like Portnoy. It doesn't have a full staff.
I wouldn't want it. I've had people offer. It's kind of like it's what I think, right? So I gauge over what I've eaten in the last 2 years.
Okay.
And that's what the top 25 is.
Okay.
So if I haven't eaten, you could drop off the list just because I haven't had your burger in 2 years.
Do you try to make it geographically like representative, or do you kind of concentrate on 305 because that's where you live? And
I have a Broward list that's much smaller, Broward and Palm Beach.
Okay.
This month I am going around sneakily eating burgers.
Oh, nice.
And I've given you some. I've given you some tips and recommendations.
And those move to the bottom of my.
Remember the good old days when I was working at a newspaper and people read newspapers, and we had put together our lists, and the Sun Sentinel published it like side by side, and we agreed on some of them. We disagreed on others.
Yeah.
But
when we met up at. Do you remember where we met up?
Where did we meet up?
Char Hut.
Char Hut.
Oh, Char salad.
You were pushing your Char Hut agenda on me.
I still love Char Hut.
I like Char Hut.
I grew up with Char Hut. It's just this day and age.
Here's why I love
the original Char Hut was in a Royal Castle building. How you like that?
Oh,
that was the original. I used to eat it on the way down to when I covered the Dolphins back when they were at St. Thomas University. There was a Char Hut down there in that I guess it was Miami Gardens area. But the one that's now on State Road 84 and I guess it's Pine Island.
Pine Island. Yeah.
The commercial one.
No, it might be
Tamarack.
It might be north.
That's
of
the Tamarack
commercial
one.
on Pine Island.
The one that's in Davie, I love it because they have a drive-through, and I just love a drive-through when you go up, you order a burger, and they say, "What kind of bread would you want?" And they give you a choice of poppy seed roll, standard bun, like wheat. Like they rattle off like 5 different choices, and I like their char grill burgers. I get the brisket blend. I haven't had it in a while. Obviously, the burger bar has been raised all over the place, so maybe it doesn't stack up to some of the premium burgers anymore, but I still have a soft spot in my heart.
I grew up on Char Hut. There was one on, it was called 25th and University, right around the corner from your favorite place, Skyline. And there was a Char Hut there forever. I know.
Skyline is good.
Coney's.
We make fun of him. It's fine. But so right around the corner from there was a Char Hut my whole life. So I grew up on Char Hut. I love Char Hut. It's just, in this day and age, there's so many burgers now. It's like...
So, I guess in Broward, besides Gilbert's, can you like rattle off maybe 2 or 3 that people might need to check out?
Food trucks. I mean, the ones I'm kind of
The
like
one
working
that
on
you
the event are the people who I have relationships with.
Right.
Chef Reeds.
Right. You got to make it up there. And, I've been touting on a place that's in Wilton Manors on Wilton Drive. It's just called Burgers and Beers.
Right.
I used to go with the late Norm Kent there. He turned me onto the place. And just a guy from Ohio that is like has both a char grill and a griddle. And he like makes different burgers and different techniques. And he puts the what does he call it? Just like the steel thing over the
the smasher
over the smasher with the steam with the cheeseburger. He melts. He has great techniques, and it just smells like grease in a good way when you walk into that shop. So we might have to meet up there. You'll check it out.
Might they have meat dingleberries there?
That's exclusive to the Burger Beast.
And on that note, I think it's time to end this whole charade.
Tomorrow we'll be at Wicked Cheesesteaks.
We're going to be tomorrow, Wicked Cheesesteaks. We're going to looks like a Twilight series. Next Wednesday at 5 p.m. we'll be at our new sponsor, J&C Oyster, in Hollywood with the talented chef Raheem Seeley, who, I don't know if you went to Drinking Pig Barbecue at all.
I haven't. I've heard a lot of great things.
Chef Raheem is a good, really accomplished chef. He's doing this kind of high-end composed plates, seafood and Asian-themed plates. He also has a great fried chicken and a bone marrow dish there, too. We'll be there next Wednesday night, but he's angling to open a brick-and-mortar Drinking Pig somewhere in that same neighborhood on that same block, Harrison Street in Hollywood. So that's next Wednesday. And we also want to welcome aboard as a new sponsor, Casa d'Angelo. Very classy. Angelo Ilia, he's legendary. And he's got 3 of his Casa d'Angelo for the finest Italian cuisine. One in Aventura, one in Fort Lauderdale, the original flagship that's been open 27 years at 1201 North Federal Highway, and one up in Boca Raton. Go check them out for your next occasion or any occasion. It's a great place for the finest in Italian food. All right, that is going to do it. How smooth am I, Beast?
Yes, smooth like the butter on a
Patty melt?
patty melt. Thank you for rescuing me. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for being my friend.
Thank you for
Stop
being my
spreading rumors.
That's going to do it. Until the next time, enjoy every burger, enjoy every sandwich.